Counselor, let's talk about marriage.
All right, so I mean,
managing in-laws.
Yes.
But
so
before that, before we started the conversation, you made mention of the fact that marriage business. Do you think marriage is a business?
I use the word marriage business because the word business, even Jesus said in the Bible, the mother was looking for him. He says, I'm going after my father's business. The organogram of running the business, when it comes into the marriage circle, it helps in a sector. Marriage is not business, but I'm saying the marriage business. And I use that terminology just to connote the activities that makes marriage stand well. And one of the activities in the marriage business are in-laws. They are part of the marriage business. You are part of the marriage business. Your looks are very important when it comes to the marriage business. And especially when now all of us are having some sort of activity on our hand. You have a beautiful woman that everybody is admiring, but when she gets home, she wants to be free. Or tuni wig in her time or paper and makeup nima ashe. One ashe the ashe. Your friends say, oh, I didn't know friends say corset na. Niefuna that way blue gege. Na musumashina ashe. You know what I'm talking about is it's part of the marriage business. Exactly. You know, you find yourself in the marriage where the man's potency has gone zero and he can't do 10 minutes. But when they add 10 minutes to extra time for Ghanaian football, the women say, hey, but when you don't go 10 minutes, they are in trouble. You know, this marriage business have a lot of things. So that's why I use the word marriage business. I'm looking at the structure, but marriage cannot have the same thing we have in human resource director. So no. Marriage is a simple, mental, constructed image that two people have decided to bring themselves in. And in the ministry of marriage, that ministry has a lot of branches. So marriage is not a ministry, but it's ministries. When you see ministry, so I able to say marriage ministry. No, it's ministries. Ministries mean there are a lot of subsidiaries under you. Because I got married as a son of Mr. and Mrs. Lutterodt. My mother's father and mother are called Mr. and Mrs. Home. My father's mother and father are called Mr. and Mrs. Lutterodt. So me, who came out, watch the organogram. My father and my mother, they are for me. Going behind them, my mother, father, and mother. So remember, they become three. My mother, father, and mother, they become three. So behind the marriage between me and my wife, I'm coming with 6 people. Right. I don't know if people get the diagram. Now, the same thing comes with my wife. So the first facet of people in the marriage ministry are 12 people. Okay. I don't know if people get this thing. Okay. My father, my mother, they are 2. Right. Then between them is another, my mother's father, 2. My mother's father and mother 2. First 12. Now, if you escalate it to the extended family where the marriage, then they too, my grandmother is there. So my grandmother, my grandfather, my wife's grandmother, you know, that's that too. So the first side is that my side alone, the chain of command in the ministries is meant to make sure that this union that we are entering, we are not entering into it unadvisedly. Okay. This package behind me, my mother's father and mother, my mother's father and mother, my mother's father and mother's mother, those angles are the same at my wife's place. Today, I want to manage this statement of how to manage in-laws and out of the home. Right. That's what we're going to discuss in this time, because when the year is coming to an end, there's more pressure in managing homes. Exactly. We want to know who has the authentic right to manage in-laws. Is it the husband or the wife? Okay. It's a very important thing. Because yes, about 3 weeks ago, there's a young lady who's living with her sister as a sister-in-law. And there's another young lady in the house again who goes to another campus here, they are on vacation, also as an in-law. But this is the man's sister and this is the woman's sister. Both of them are in the house. The question is, between the two of them, who controls them? Is it the man? Does the man have right over my sister and has right over her sister? Do I have the same equal right with my husband in the house? Can I control in-laws who are not living with us? So one, who is an in-law? Right. An in-law is anybody who is part of a marriage that has been contracted or accepted legally traditionally, not cohabitation. Samira is not the Samira's own.
I see.
So there's no in-law for Samira.
I see.
And as for that girl, she has been talking with these boys, sir, as if they are married. Still no in-law. So you only provide an in-law when there is marriage.
Okay.
So in-laws are provided out of marital contract or agreement. When you are a baby mama, you don't have an in-law. Hello? So the women I have children with, they don't have, my mother is not their in-law. So my mother dies and we are going to have funeral. When in-laws are taking cloth, baby mamas don't take cloth.
The capacity as what?
Call mama. Be a call mama. When grandchildren are taking cloth, we'll just give 2 years for my son and daughter to sew. Their mother is not going to wear the same cloth. So look at your face. You are a baby mama. And when your husband's mother died, you also went for in-law cloth. A shame to you. Who is an in-law? An in-law is only produced when it is agreed that this is marriage, not cohabitation, not baby mama. And they've accepted you. Ya do prekupe. Abrante no worry me na se busafona jeme. Mekuma o. Mekuma na wakuma ben. How are you telling me akuma whilst you are not married? I don't understand why you are telling me. And my sister-in-law, somebody come and say, Counselor, please, I wanted you to support. My sister-in-law is in the hospital, and I wanted to give you a number so that I can ask your what? My sister-in-law. And I know this guy no marry. So this sister-in-law matter. I said, so where is she? She's there. I said, your sister-in-law. Counselor, it's complicated, but the guy who wants to get married to me, the sister just came from the UK, and then they have eaten. So I said, hey, I won't help. And I didn't do. You know why? Because I'm going to introduce myself. Please, my name is Counselor Lutterodt. Lebanon says you are here. You are the sister-in-law. Mingo can say. Me so I cancel na yebi.
I see.
That's my life. I said the way you me there. What time you who say what time born the child you udi and then answer. What man say udi gobe now di garbage now nyam kosu bi to so escafo duane. What time obi ase kai na shamoni mi wa. But enya bibia and I'm so. But I'm saying that the first thing is that establish who an in-law is.
Right.
So if I end my lecture here today, the first thing is that remember we are establishing who is an in-law. And once you go through the process and have an in-law, then you need to obey the laws governing in-lawship.
Right.
Finally, watch it here. When I marry you as my wife, and then your father is my father-in-law, between me, you, your father, and me, Lebanese father and me, who is the law? I get it. Try and make a mistake. Who is the law?
The husband.
Thank you very much. You are brilliant, and I'll give you $20 when I close. So your husband is the law. Right. So I cannot operate to your father, to you, without the husband. So remember, when a wife and a husband are there, the law is not the mother. The law is whoever has brought whoever into the system. So know whether you have an in-law or not before we continue the topic next week. And as we leave, bye-bye to all of you on www.diasporadate.com. Right. It is America, America, America. I want to see all these camera boys marrying sensibly than the one we saw the last 5 years ago. If you marry a Ghanaian, you are lucky, but you are going to suffer. I brought you the best dating site in the whole wide world. www, 3 W's. Diaspora date, diaspora. Untumi spelia, Troniboko, diasporadate.com. Cause go and put in your details, because if you've not gone to America before, going to heaven is the biggest thing that will happen to your life. If you've not traveled to America, you can never go to heaven. But in case you are struggling to solve the issues, check this number, 0242 907 335. 0242 907 335 to help you go into the diaspora date. But if your in-law has become a witch and you want to deal with her and you want to sack her out of your house, call me on 0277 609 644. Remember, your life is more important than any in-law in your life.
Right. Right. Thanks so much for passing through, Counselor. This is where we end this morning's edition of the Breakfast Live Show. My name is Lebene Abroko. I will definitely continue this discussion next week. Have a blessed morning.